Hey guys, me David, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars set review. One of the last summer sets I have to review being K-2SO, a buildable figure of him, and it looks really good. 845 pieces. The set number is 75434. It's going to retail for $90. It's not bad, and you're getting a K2 minifigure in this, so you don't have to buy the U-Wing set if you thought it was too downscaled, or you just weren't interested in that and you just want K2, which undoubtedly you won after watching Andor Season 2, then this is actually a very good idea, good concept, good price. I'm excited about reviewing this one, if you can't tell. And we do have the little Andor Season 2 box art here. It's unfortunate we only got 2 sets this year in 2025 from that ridiculously great show. I still think about it almost every day. That's how impactful it was. And LEGO, please make more sets based off the show. Give us at least 1 or 2 more, maybe in the next year or so, because this is what fans really want. The hardcore adult fans, like this is something very cool. Hopefully this isn't the very last Andor set we'll see. Now K2 here, I mean, the model looks great. When you look at the actual design here and what's being done, it almost looks like that buildable action figure of K2 that we got years ago, back when Rogue One was just coming out. It's that well designed. I can't wait to build it. I can't wait to compare it against some of the other droid models. Like, this is perfect. Like, sometimes these buildable figures that LEGO does aren't exactly the best idea or aren't executed that well. I'm looking at you, Chewbacca. But this K2 makes complete sense, looks fantastic, and I can't wait to build this one. And I should also note, this set was available for pre-order, and LEGO stopped taking pre-orders a couple weeks ago. So yes, you can click the link down in the description, but you can't buy it until August 1st. I guess there was that much demand for this set, which I can see why. Now, I'm definitely ready to build this one. I do want to thank LEGO for sending this set over for review, and let's see this buildable K-2SO. Now, what if I told you that this sticker sheet is possibly the only standout reason of why this isn't a perfect LEGO Star Wars set? And I mean that genuinely, as in, this is so close to perfection. It is incredibly well designed, fun to build, and beautiful on display with great articulation and just a overall good value. Unbelievable amongst this summer 2025 wave. But first, let's take a look at some of the details, starting with the display plaque, which is of course a printed piece. We have the K2 minifigure off to the side here. I really like that on this display plaque that it says main associate Cassian Andor on it. Just those little details go a long way. Now going on to the K-2SO full-on minifigure here. Well, he's exactly what you get in the U-Wing Starfighter, which is not a bad thing at all, because honestly I completely forgot for a second that there's a good reason to have multiples of these figures. So if you have the U-Wing, now you have another reason to get this set, because you get a second K2 minifigure or KX security droid that you can use for maybe a certain Gorman mock. I don't know. Anyhow, getting on to the actual model. I mean, this thing looks beautiful in person. Like, the details stand out. I have no qualms with the design of this. It looks absolutely incredible. I thought that the head would maybe be a little strange in person, but honestly, no complaints here. Like, stability wise, this thing will impress anyone. If you accidentally knock this off your desk, you're probably not going to be picking up a billion pieces. Like, it genuinely surprised me how sturdy this set really is, shaking it around and knowing that when you start moving the different limbs on K2, that it's not going to go flying, it's not going to break. That's reassuring. Now, the head is the most fragile part of the model. You do need to grip it carefully, because there is a very interesting technique being utilized to design it, but overall lots of articulation here. Like, there's even a click joint with a ball joint, so really you can get any pose you want with the head. And then unfortunately the legs are stuck in place. They do not move or articulate at all. Now, as for the arms, they are fully posable. They're on racket joints here that can go like a billion different angles, so that's reassuring. And then on top of that, we have a ball joint right here for his little hand and little posable fingers as well. So lots of different posability here. And I went to town having a blast posing K2. Like, look at all these different fun poses I was able to come up with. Like, he's a pretty basic looking droid, but once you get at it and start moving the arms into different ways, like, you can make him feel anxious, or you can make him clap like he's laughing at Cassian because maybe he slipped and fell
style on the oven. You never know. Or you could just have him holding a little miniature version of himself, being proud. Like, I can hear Alan Tudyk's voice just now seeing this. This is just absolutely wonderful. Now, I'll show this in a minute, but you can take K2 off the stand. It's not permanently locked into it, which I was a little surprised by. It's just being held in by Technic pens. And then there is sticker details. Like I mentioned earlier, that's really the only downside with the set. There is a lot of stickers here, and you do need to place them correctly because they're prominently in view pretty much all around the model. And yeah, I really wish these were printed pieces to make this an absolute perfect Lego Star Wars set. There's great details on the back as well. Oddly, I think my favorite feature on this is the fact that when you turn the head, the actual torso will turn as well, giving it a much more natural puppeteering-esque effect. Like, that kind of brings it to life in my eyes. It makes it much more realistic, like you see in the show. It's quite incredible, and really, this model in itself is incredible. Now, to give you guys a better idea of scale, let's bring in the $130 Wicket buildable figure, which is just not worth it in my eyes, but it's crazy that Wicket here is $40 more than K-2SO. It truly makes it look like this is the better valued set, especially when you're looking at these side by side. I understand there's more pieces in Wicket, but geez, I don't know about you, but K2 looks like the better value overall. What about the battle droid with STAP that also just launched about a month ago? Well, they actually look pretty good side by side. I don't know if exactly they're scaled, especially the battle droid, perfectly next to each other, but they seemingly feel like it. And honestly, I had a lot of fun with these two figures, like a little too much fun. Like, I was like, what would K-2SO do if he saw a B1 battle droid? And well, this is what I came up with. I felt like he would be maybe a little curious, just wanted to get to know him. You know how he is. You know what I'm talking about. And finally, let's bring in General Grievous. These are my two favorite droid characters, especially in Lego form. And so seeing them side by side, well, I think personally they look fantastic. So if you happen to have this model all the way back from, I believe it launched in 2007, then these two look like a perfect pairing. It's crazy how they blend so well together today. But honestly, K-2SO really is one of the highlights of this year for Lego Star Wars. I love this model. It's not for everybody because it is just a buildable character, but if you are remotely interested in this set, I guarantee you will be very happy with your purchase.
Wow. And literally that's all I have to say about K-2SO is wow. This is such a well-designed set, and actually, for once, feels the asking price that Lego is charging for this set. Wow, right? Like, seriously, this is a great Lego Star Wars set. It has a lot of visual presence. The model is so well designed. Like, the designer of this set should give a pat on their back because I was super impressed. It's got those very satisfying techniques where you're like lining things up just narrowly and perfectly, and it's just like, ah, yes. This is exactly what I want to see in one of these type of sets, and it delivers. Not only that, but the model has great articulation. Aside from the legs, the fact that you can move the arms and body and head so much to get kind of those poses that you see both from Rogue One and Andor is fantastic. So this might be my favorite buildable character to date. This is up there as the best now. Like, just well done, Lego. This is a fantastic Lego Star Wars model. Comes off the hype from Andor Season 2, so if you're still pumped about that show, this is, I think, is going to be very satisfying to not only build, but then put on your shelf and look at it every day and be reminded of just how great of a Star Wars show we just got. And then we have a K-2SO minifigure in here, highly sought after, especially if you haven't picked up the U-Wing. Now you have an alternative to get that figure. It's an expensive one, and so now that's available in this set too. Like, that's great. Really, the only thing I can complain about here is the sticker usage. It is pretty high. You do have to get them lined up nice and straight. I wish there was at least some printed piece, especially on his torso here. That's the only real downside with the set. Otherwise, you're looking at an almost perfect Lego Star Wars set. That actually feels like a $90 Lego Star Wars set, especially when I bring in Wicket here. This is $130 and this is $90. $40 difference here. Yes, there's a piece count difference, 1,000 pieces, 850. But do you really see that big of a discrepancy in pricing between the two? I mean, this just feels like the more valuable set, at least in my eyes. Maybe I'm looking at it with rose-tinted glasses coming off Andor Season 2. I will be honest. I'm a little bit of a fanboy for that show. And going forward, it's hard to deny how great Andor was. Like, come on. Like, pfft. And Rogue One. All right. Point is, this is a great one if you have any interest in these buildable figures or buildable droids. So this is definitely one you should absolutely consider. And for once, I can recommend this day one. It is a great LEGO Star Wars set. This set, the V-19 and Jango Fett Starfighter, I think are going to be the ones that end up selling out come August 1st. I think those are the best values of the waves. So it feels very nice to finally recommend a set that's actually meeting the price that LEGO's asking for. I can highly recommend this one. What a great LEGO Star Wars set. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. You're going to be picking up K-2SO come August 1st. I'll have a link down in the description. It's affiliated and helps with the channel if we want to pick this guy up. Thanks again to LEGO for sending this set over for review. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.